So today we are going to start the 8th unit in first paper, which is called Informations and Communication Technology. What does it mean? Means in nowadays how we are using the technology to convey, to send our message to a particular person. If you go to communications, communication can be done between two persons. One is sender, another is receiver, or encoder, decoder, through which he will be sending some message. So through which he will be sending message, that is called in technology. This terminology is known as technology. So we will be sending our message to our friend or any other person through using technology. Sending message, this is called the informations. We are sending our some information. Maybe you will be sending some information like tomorrow there is a class or not, through using some technique or technology. It may be WhatsApp, email, anything, voice call, anything. So you are using technology to give your message, to send your message to a particular person. Okay. So in communication level, how we can use technology, that we will be looking here. For our UGC NET syllabus, these are the 4 main points are there. Very small syllabus, but we need to look very deeply. First is calling here ICT in general abbreviations and terminology. General abbreviations means general short form. Short form will be there particular. For example, if I write ICT, this is the one ICT. This full form is called Informations and Communication Technology. Full form. And the short form is known as abbreviations. Full terminology is called Information and Communication Technology. If I write CPU, this is the short form. This is called the abbreviations. If I want to write full, the terminology should be Central Processing Unit. If I want to write OS, Operating System. PC, personal computer. Like this way we need to go through. So that is our first point. Second point, if you come here, the basic of internet. What are the basic system or basic features are there for the internet? And the internet, how to use internet properly, that also on some different part is there. So we will be looking here also differently. Then email, what are the component of email? The different types of emails are there. Okay, Gmail, email, Yahoo Mail, we will be looking there. Then audio and video conference. Audio and video, what are the plus point of audio conferencing? Means positiveness, negativeness, we will be looking audio and video by using technology. Then digital initiatives in higher education. What are the digital initiatives taken by Indian government? Means for example, Swayam portal, Swayam Prabha, e-Acharya, e-Yantra, different types of portals are there. So through which we can learn so many things. That will be looking there. Digital, like last 1 week, last 6-7 months before Narendra Modi uploaded one, like Make in India. So all these things are called digital in India. So all these things come under this portion. We will be looking. Plus here ICT and governance. How we can use ICT, means information and communication technology in our government sectors. Not only school, college, different types of government sectors. It may be under any environment sectors. It may be DDL sectors, it may be any what do you call IT company sectors, anywhere. How we can use all these things. So these are the 4 main points for our exam. We need to look. But before starting the first point, general abbreviations, we need to know the basic parts of computers. Basics. Without that we cannot run. So let's see. This is not in our syllabus, but we need to understand this. The understanding the input and output devices. What are the things is input and output? Input means through which we are putting our information into the system. Through which, like by using our mouse, keypad, all these things are input device through which we are putting the inside the information or data. Output means what is coming from outside, means inside, which data is coming from inside. For example, if I write here 1 plus 1, the answer should be 2. Here 1 plus 1 I am typing on our keyboard. This is called input, I am putting inside. The output is coming on my screen, that is 2. So 2 become the output. If you go to research, there will become t-test, ANOVA test, chi-square, different types of tests will be there. We will be using different types of software like Excel or different types of any other, many more softwares are there. So we will be putting the data. This person has this much BMI, this ratio, all these things putting. the calculation should be taken place inside in the system. So system will reproduce that. So the reproduction is known as the output. Means what we are getting from inside from system, that is called output. So we'll be looking deeply under this. So last 3-4 years some question asked from this part. So I thought to include this. Let's see. So PPT is visible to you, huh? Okay. So see the computer. First topic comes computer. The computer is an amazing machine. No need to discuss. It's a very good machine, which is invented by the human only. And it can count. It can do so many things what human cannot do. And it is having some special programs like commands will be there, some programs will be there, and through which we will be working, and we will be putting some data, that is called input, and that data will get produced or get generated. Then after that we will get the output here. Same thing. So computer is a very good machine which is invented by the human being only, and we will be putting some data into it, means some informations, raw data, obviously raw data. It's not gone through any kind of studies, raw data. Then only it will reproduce the output, what we can get. Like example I have given already, like 2 plus 2, this is the input, and output should be 4. So output we will get on our screen, that's called output. So this is the main things. Now the computer having the main 4 parts. See, this is the very important parts. Last 2 years or 3 years back this question asked. Okay, 4 parts. Mainly computer is having main 4 parts. What are the 4 parts? One is hardware, second is software, third one is user, and fourth one is called data. What is hardware? Hardware represents the physical look. Physical means what you can touch, what you can feel, what you can experience. That is called hardware. For example, I am using this wireless mouse. So this is one kind of hardware. Through that I can moving my cursor here and there. So this is called as the one of the hardware. So what we can touch, hardware, hard system, harden. Okay, and this is the one of the component of computer. This is the basic component, hardware. What we can touch, very hard. And what is software? Software is a set of electrical instructions. Electrical we cannot understand very easily, and what we cannot experience, what we cannot touch. For example, there is a software. If I tell like Camtasia, one software is there, editing purpose. We cannot touch that software, but we can understand, we cannot touch. So which is not touchable, that is called the soft. For example, if I tell, if you ask that sir I did not get that PPT, if I send that PPT through your email or WhatsApp, that will become soft copy or hard copy? Definitely it will become a soft copy. If I give you hand to hand on paper after printing, if I give you after print that in your hand, that will become hard copy. That is called hardware. Which can you touch that? Information is same. Soft copy also information same. Hard copy also information same. By the way of giving, way of understanding, difference. So here hardware is the hardest form, what we can touch, experience. Software means what we cannot touch, what we cannot experience directly. And it will be having some complex codes. Software, complex codes will be there. You cannot understand. For example, to restart the computer, some commands will be there. To refresh the computer, some commands will be there. Tree and different types of will be here. So you cannot understand. That is a general person. Okay, but by looking the hardware you can understand. For example, if I tell you, can you give me that CPU? Yes, you can tell yes, it is there, you can take it. So I can touch, I can take that. But software, if I tell, can you give that? I cannot, because it will be having some other special code. Special code word would be there. For example, your WhatsApp, some code will be there. Your bank account, to open your bank account, to transfer the money, some account code will be there to understand, because so that others cannot steal that. So code means you can take as password also. Okay, so that password can be opened by that particular person only who has given that password. So it's a complex code in the computer. And who will be using that code? Some person should be there to use hardware or software. Who? That is called, he is called user. User means who is using the system. Like my user is me, and some other system user will be that particular person who is using that. He is called the user. See, the computer is operates. Who is operating? That is called operating operators. Who is operating? Called operators. Nowadays banking exam and every exam they are asking the operators. Okay, computer operators job is there. Typist, computer operators, different types of jobs. So who is operating that particular system? If I operate my lab, I will become the lab assistant. If I operate any bike, I will become the bike operator. So that's why who using those things means hardware and software, he will become the user or operator. Same name. And what I should use, the operator should use data, some kind of information. Data means informations. See, consists of raw facts. That's why I told raw factors it will be there, which is not gone through any kind of study. Raw facts that I will be putting there inside, so that I will get the output. Okay, different types of things. Next, so you should make the key points everywhere. Point dust in your paper. Make the points. Yes. If you have any doubt, you can code that. Later you can ask. Definitely. The main 5 generation computers till today, we have the 5 generation computers. Recently news was came 3-4 days back. Juhi Chawla, he was adopting one case in the High Court that for the 5G network purpose, because so many animals and birds they are going to die. So see, and that also already reacted by the High Court. So that is some other things. But here explain the 5 generation. Generation means like your father one generation, your father's father, your grandpa was some other generations. We are in some other generation. Our generation is 20th century. Your father's generation was 1970, 75, that range. Your grandfather was 45, 46, 1940, 1945, that range generation. So each generation's computer has developed. Before it was some other versions. Later on some other version, new versions comes. For example, your mobile also you will be using. It will be like now today you will be having some other versions. Again after 6 months some other versions will come. Again you need to update your software or your application, different types of things. So continuous going on changing. So here explain here there are 5 generation computer explains under this, and each generation they got developed and they got changed. So you need to know that. See, this is the year. Year is not very much important because till today there is no question asked from this part. Year means this generation is from here to there. No, but this is very important part. Particular generations and it's this generation based on which system, that question may ask. Last 2 years back also this question asked. So you see the first generation computer. It was based on the vacuum tube. Vacuum tube, I think you know what is vacuum tube. It will be like one opening. It will be like a vacuum surgery also you have seen. Vacuum delivery, vacuum tube delivery, different types of things. So that will be there. The question will not ask like what is vacuum tube. That kind of question will not be there. Okay. Question will be asked like first generation computer is based on what? A, B, C, D options. Then your answer should be vacuum tube based. Second generation computer is based on transistor based. Transistor. And if you see the first generation computer, the size was very big. Very big. Like if your room is 10 by 12 feet, it will be in that hall, 2 system can come, only 2. Now you can remember, you can assume how big should be the computer. Very big. That range means the range is 1946 to 1959. After during the Sadhinata, freedom fight, independence, that time it was very big. That time India did not had any computer that time. Now second generation computer becomes little small size, that is called transistor based. It is based on the transistor. Transistor, I think you know, in your home also, if you go 10 years back, you will be having antenna, this kind of things. Antenna you will be having different types of antenna, like this aluminum will be there, and the one part will be connected to the ground, and from here one wire will be connected to your home. I think you can remember this part. So based on the transistor, some computers were there during this time. That's called the second generation. Third generation when came is called integrated circuit based. Integrated. Short form it also asked 2 years back exam. IC based. Short form also they may ask sometime. IC based computer can be visible in which generations? A, B, C, D. The answer is third generations. If you go third generation, you can get integrated circuit. Fourth generation computer, if you go there, fourth generation, that is called as VLSI. I repeat, VLSI microprocessor. VLSI means very large scale integrations. Very large scale. Remember, this part is called very large scale. Very large scale integrate microprocessor. Okay, that is in fourth generations. If you come to the fifth generation, this also little bit same. It's called ultra. Only this word change. Ultra large scale integrated base. Please remember this full form is very important. That is in our topic also there. Abbreviations. Okay, this is called the very large scale integrated microprocessor base, and this is called ultra large scale integrated microprocessor base. Okay, so these things we need to remember. Okay. So you should remember the generation and the base, which base this computer develop. I think you are clear with this. Please make point. Now we need to understand some basic computers components, some basic features. What is? First is input device, second is output, third is removable data storage, fourth is computer cache, and fifth is ports. We will be looking one by one. What is input device? Just I told, input means what are the things you are taking help, what are the instrument you are getting to put the information into your system. For example, the keyboard, I am using keyboard. Keyboard is the input device. By using the keyboard, I am putting information to my system. System means inside what software is there, what memory is there inside that. Image scanner. Image scanner also, I think you know, 10 years back, one decade back, we used to go to the cafe to scan our photo or any kind of document. Nowadays it's not there. We can use by our photo scanner also, or our cam scanners are there in mobile. So you can do through that. 10 years back it was there, 8 years back. Now it is not there. So image scanner. All these things are putting information to inside. Microphone. Microphone also, it's a very external device, input device we can tell, through which we can putting the information. Means I am talking through the phone, microphone. Nowadays the microphone came inbuilt itself. In the camera itself, microphones are there. So it's different. It's also a input device through which we are putting information inside. Then pointing device. Pointing, I am pointing something. See, I am pointing here. This is by using some pen, called pointing device. Graphics tablet, different types of graphic tablets were there for the playing the game, animation purpose. Okay. Game controller, that's the game controller, different types of nowadays online games are there. So to control the game, some tabs will be there. Lighting pen will be there to put the highlight, all these things purpose. Mouse will be there, different types of mouse, optical or non-optical also. Optical mouse means having some wire. If you see the mouse like this, if it is having wire, this is called optical. Then pointing sticks, I am pointing some points like this. This also comes under this pointing sticks. In the during the presentation time, the person will be having on sticks. I think you have experienced 10 years. If you go little back, you will get all these things. Then touchpad. On pad will be there, some like this pen and pad to write the, and screen will be visible. On screen it will be visible. Touch screen. Nowadays the screen touch laptop also there. If you touch the screen, it gets changed. Screen will get changed. Then trackball. Trackball also you can see refreshable battles display ground. Webcam. See, this is the webcam we are having to get the good clarity of video. And video card, different types of video card or the card, different types of external factors. What and all? The putting information inside, out to inside. That is called the input device. Remember, input device. Question will be asked from this part. Like this is the example of input device. A, B, C, D options. So you need to choose the options. So you should be very clear with these things. From here only question they will ask. And what is the output device? Output device is very small, very less. Like monitor. Monitor is a very important output device. Screen is the output device through which we are putting the information. Output device. Okay, means no, through which you are getting the informations. After putting the informations input through input, then we are getting some information, that is called output. Monitor. Okay, if you are making some typing something in PPT or any word file, typing ABCD, that will be visible on your screen. So screen become the monitor. Okay, it's a very important one, output device one. Then same thing, refreshable battle device, this also. Printer also known as, see, this question asked several times. Printer, they what did not use, they what use plotter. Plotter is known as the printer only, another name. So printer also is one kind of output device. Output means through which we are getting information. We will be doing some work. After doing that work, we will be getting some print output. The information will come. So after doing that work, putting the informations, we are doing the scan. At the end, we will get the good clarity of photo. That is called scan image. So through which we are getting, that is called printer. So it will print my photo or any document. Obviously, speakers also comes under output device. Speakers, the mic speakers, box speaker, any kind of speaker where the sound will coming from into outside. Speakers, sound card, obviously voice card, sound cards, and video. Video will be differently there. I am doing using some application to detect my video. So that will become the output device. Okay. Now here, explain here, the third one is called removable data storage. Removable data storage, through which we can remove the data. Sometimes we will be putting inside, sometimes we can remove the data also. For example, here explain, see, optical discs like CD, DVD, Blu-ray, disk pad, floppy disks, all these things are called memory card, USB flash device, all these things comes under removable device. How? See, have you seen if you go to 10 years back only or more than 10 years back, that time the device used to come like cassette, different type of cassette, movie cassette, song cassette, album cassette, different type of cassette. We'll be keeping. So if I open this, if I open my laptop like this, inside my motherboard means motherboard will be present inside my type pad in laptop while I am typing. Inside that motherboard will be there. So there will be some disk option will be there. Through this I can open. Here I think you have seen disk kind of things will be there. If I type there, click there, the one disk will be coming out this way. So you can put here one disk, movie disc, any video, anything you can put. Then you can get into then you can start the music or any kind of things. That's called floppy disks. Okay. So nowadays it's very less. Nowadays not at all there. In school age we had. Now memory card, you'll be putting some memory card. Okay. Memory card also you can put. Then USB also you can put. USB means universal serial bus, full form of that. So you can put USB or pen drive, anything you can, card reader, anything you can put there. All these things called removable data storage. Removal. Sometimes you can put inside and sometimes you can take it out. So remove. So everything can be done. That's called a removable device. Now what is computer cache? Central processing unit. Very, very important part. Central processing unit, all is called CPU. Several times this question asked the full form of this CPU, central processing unit. Sometimes it also known as the head of the computer. Head. This is the main brain of the computer. Without this, computer won't run. Whatever the things, you have the very good screen, anything, LED, LCD, but CPU is not working, means nothing. So motherboard is there. I will be talking later. Motherboard is present below your type pad. Okay, motherboard is there. And if you see the big computer, means a PC, like this kind of PC, if you see, full PC, not laptop, PC. In the PC there, see, this is the screen, this is the monitor, this is the monitor, and this is the CPU. Inside the CPU, motherboard will be present for the big desktop or the PC inside the CPU. But if you come to the laptop, there is no CPU, nothing, everything is present inside the system only or inside the laptop only. Where it is present? Inside under the type pad. In laptop it's present, motherboard. Okay, motherboard. And all these things are influence the controller, power supply, everything is there only. So inside the CPU only everything will be present, like random access memory, RAM, and ROM also there, read only memory, everything will be present. So the CPU will be very, very important. We will be looking separately CPU. Just remember computer cache. This is very, very important point. Then ports, different types of ports will be putting. Ports means to connect two devices together. Maybe you are connecting your laptop and your mobile together by using one cable, so that's called the port. Okay, actually port what means, the the ship, they will remove their, or they will unload their materials, goods and all, that's called the port. Like Andaman Nicobar is a port, but here what happened, the port means those who are connecting them, mobile or some other device, or two more device are connected by using some specific device, that is called as the port. Like different types are there, USB also there, Thunderbolt is there, DisplayPort, HDMI, DFI, VGA, eSATA is very important. Okay, we can use these things. So firewire, the electricity will be going by that connectivity, means wire, and the information will be connected, then you can share the information easily. Okay, so these are the main parts of computers, main parts. Under also will be looking differently, deeply, each parts. These are the what is called graph overall parts. Please make the note. Now see, if you have any doubt, you can type me. I can see I am watching the message also quickly. Very good. Yes. So here explain. We need to go little fast because otherwise we cannot complete the topic. Okay. Later also you can see the video. You can get before night. I will try to upload that. So introduction with computing device. Some introductions. Input device. See, input already I told, through which we are putting information inside the system, inside the memory. What are the things? One is called mouse. See, you can see the mouse. I am using wireless mouse. No wire. Okay, battery is there, inside the battery is there, so that we can, and Bluetooth system is there, that's only. So this is mouse. So this is the only one mouse which is under your control. Your home mouse is not under your control. Last one news was there in Australia. Like there are uncontrolled mouse effect. Uncontrolled. 1 acre land, almost 300 to 400 mouse were there. Everywhere. Everything is disastered, destroyed due to the mouse. Not this mouse, that is that mouse. Okay, this is the mouse. This is a very important part we can use to put our information inside our system. And this is the called as the keypad or typing pad. We'll be typing here, some switch will be some where we can type here like this. It will be having different types of switch, like functional keys 1 to 9, 1 to 0, and different types of functional key also will be there. So we'll be using all this thing by typing. We'll be putting our information inside the system. All comes under input. And this is also one kind of web camera, Through this we'll be putting our information inside. It is the external items, hardware. See, this is the hardware. All that things are called as the hardware. Whatever you can see here, hardware. But they are the input device. We are putting information towards inside. This is called the, already told, one printer. Okay, this olden printer will be doing some, keeping some photo or images to get print. And this is called the joysticks. Very, very important nowadays. Those are playing online game, very important. Online video game and all this purpose. This is very important device. And this is called the speaker or microphone. See, this is not the, nowadays you cannot see like this microphone. If you go to parliament and all, you can get this kind of microphone. They will be telling, giving some speech. Okay, nowadays the inbuilt microphone is there inside the system itself, mobile or everywhere. Inbuilt is there because they are nowadays the generation is growing, changing. This is very olden. Okay, starting of 20th century it was there. Nowadays is getting changed. So all these things comes under input device through which we are putting our signal information into the computer. Okay, question will be asked from here. This is the example of input device A, B, C, D. You need to choose the some other options. Okay, so this way you will get questions. Let's see. Now, what is output device? Output device means already told, which is getting information from inside. I already typed something and getting information from in to out. This is called output device. For example, you can see olden webcam. This is the British time webcam, British, when Englishmen were there, webcam was there. This also one kind of webcam. Nowadays you can see in our department also you will get this webcam. Okay, this is also one webcam. And the main parts of output device is this is, what is this? Monitor or screen. Everything we can get in screen only. Without screen, nothing. For question will be asked, the which device is very much important under output device, ABCD options. The right answer should be screen or monitor. Okay. Apart from that, we can get the printer, olden printer. It's not there now. Nowadays this new printer came. This is the new printer. This is the headphone. You can get any company, Bolt or any other company. This is the speakers, different types of box, music purpose you can use. And this is also monitor. And this is the typing pad you can get here. Okay, type pad. This is. So these are the things, human readable form. So these are the ready by the human being only. So all these things are. One more word this can say here. This is the important part. Visual display unit. Visual display unit is known as the output device. Remember, this is also important part 1. Visual display unit. Visual means which can be seen. Easily we can see. Our input device we cannot see. Okay, output we can see. Okay, like this kind of things we can see very easily. So it's called visible display units. Okay, so plotters, speakers, all these things comes under this. Now very important part here. Please be concentrated. This is very, very important. CPU. The computer hardware consists following components. Now we'll be talking on hardware. What are the hardware things? Hardware means what can you touch, what can you experience, what can you feel. So CPU also known as one of the hardware. Hardware means, I think you know, if you see the system and you have, this will be the system. If I tell you should get the clarity. This is the one PC, not laptop, PC. This is one PC. Okay. Here on side this kind of big box will be there. Big box. Here you can put your pen drive or music purpose. Some points are there. Okay, points. Here you can put your olden cassette. Okay. This is called the CPU. Remember this part. CPU. This is. And you are clear with this. Now what is CPU? Have the main 3 parts. Main 3 parts. What is called? First part is called ALU. Arithmetic logical unit. Remember the full form of that. Arithmetic logical unit. I cannot write here. So you just keep in point and just write that. CPU is first is called is ALU. Arithmetic logical unit. Second is called control unit, which is making controlling everything. Okay, and last is called main memory. Main memory. Now ALU means arithmetic logical units. What you will do? Any kinds of mathematical calculations. For example, I am typing like 50 plus 50 is equal to 100. So that 100, how it is coming, that is calculated by this part of the CPU. ALU, arithmetic logical unit. Logically it will take place. Take the decision. This 100 comes from that part. Control means it will going to control. It gets do the control. The which information should go where. Like if the information is need to be stored, then it will send towards the storage memory. If the information is related to calculation part, it will send towards this, towards arithmetic logical unit. If the information is need to produce output wise, then it will produce out. So all kinds of management work is done by control unit, or is called common word you can say as control panel in our politics. Control panel means all kind of policy who is looking control unit. So this unit will be looking all kinds of informations. And main memory means main memory also known as the, remember, RAM. RAM means random access memory, where the memory will be there, and if you want to store any memory, you can do here. If you want to save any kind of things, I am putting my PPT, PDF, any other things, storing there inside that. That's called main memory. This is a main. Inbuilt also. Sometimes it happens inbuilt memory also. Inbuilt means already it will be there. For example, your understanding purpose, if I tell the computer is having, or my mobile, for example, I am giving the example of my mobile only, you can get the clarity easily. So if I say the mobile is having the RAM, this is 4 GB, then the ROM must be, ROM means read only memory, ROM, read only memory. If the RAM is like 4 to 6, then RAM should be maybe 16 or 32 or 64. Okay, and this 4 to 6 RAM you cannot use directly. It will be occupied by different types of applications and software. Same as mobile and laptop, computer, same system will be there. For example, you are using WhatsApp or any kind of things that will be consumed by this memory. Okay. And while you purchasing the mobile, you will be looking how much important this is. Purchasing the any mobile or any other device, how much RAM it is. If the RAM is good, means more, means the mobile or the system will run very smoothly, very quickly. If you want to search buffer and you want to any kind of surfing you are doing, means it will give you quick output. Otherwise, if it is very slow, means you won't get output very quickly. There is a difference between this RAM and ROM. I will be talking later deeply. Just remember, RAM is the which is inbuilt, or another word you can say, this is the temporary memory is known as the RAM. Temporary, remember, temporary. And the permanent one known as the ROM, read only memory. You cannot change here, only you can read, you can use that. Okay, this is permanent. ROM is permanent and RAM is temporary. This kind of question may ask. Example of temporary memory is ABCD. So you should know with this. Okay, and RAM also known as the main memory, and ROM is known as secondary memory. Remember, synonym. The ROM, read only memory, this is known as the secondary memory, and this is called the primary or main. Which one? RAM, random access memory. So these are the three main units. After, if the document should be kept in a saving mode or preservation mode, then the memory will be saved here. If the information no need to save, then it will be produced by this way, means output. Okay, here we are putting the informations to the CPU. You will be doing work in your keypad or your mouse in monitor, but the actual information is going to ALU, then control, then memory, main memory or primary memory or the temporary memory, then it will goes to output on the screen or monitor. So all these things happen quickly, very quickly, like our nervous system. If you look at a snake, very quickly the nerves will get the stimulations, reflex action will start. Either you should hit that, beat that snake, or you should run. Flight and fly movement, quickly it will start, fight and flight. So that is called the CPU. That's why it tells here, CPU is the considered as the brain of the computer. Brain is the, we know our body, brain is the very main parts, unit, main organs. So without that we cannot function. So here I also explained, the CPU is the brain. Without CPU, nothing gonna happen. Okay, we'll be looking here. Next. Now see here, the under the three units we are already talking under the CPU. Just as you know, here we discuss ALU, arithmetic logical unit, control unit, and main memory. We'll be talking little deep here. See, that only told. Arithmetic logic unit or logical unit. Okay, so all kind of, see, the mathematical calculation, mathematical or decision logic, all these things will be taking place under this ALU or arithmetic logical unit. All kind of mathematical part, anything you will be doing, any putting on data, you are doing any research, anything data which you need some the numbers, mathematical parts. Mathematics means only numbers. So the part will be taken by, or the information will be moved, or the logical unit will be doing that work. That is called ALU. That is the work. And the register means this is called the memory. memory. The register means smallest high speed, very speed, not very slowly. It is the occupies all kind of data and the register fastly. If you want to save it quickly, it will save that. See, at the same time you will be opening so many files. Means you are working in a Word file, you are working in a notepad, you will be working in a PPT, or you will be working in a PowerPoint, internet. All 4-5 files are open at the same time. Sometimes you are going here and there, you will be typing, you will be pressing the alt and tab, going some other file, going some other tab, running. So all these things are doing and you saving all these things data. So who is doing all these things? Done by register only. Who is registering or collecting your information, saving your informations. Okay. And control unit that I told, it will control where to go, where not to go. Control. Like control board will be there. If you see the any kind of technical office or technological telecom office, you will get the control room will be there, where they will be controlling the whole unit. In our Bangalore town, you will be looking some controls room will be there, who is controlling whole the things, the infrastructure, how it is going. Control units will be there. This is actual data processing operations. This is the controlling. Actual data will be processes there only. Where? In control unit. Okay. Commonly they will ask questions from here. General questions. I think you are clear with this. Yes. If you have any doubt, you can keep the message. I'll look. Yes. Next is explained here. Memory of computer. Different types of memory. This is very, very important, this part. From here, each year one question will ask. One question minimum every year. So I need your very good attention. Now what is explained here? Mainly 3 memories are there. See, 3 numbers. Okay, these are the basic information. This is not necessary. I just written. Not necessary. See, they are explained here. 3 main memory. This one is called cache memory. Second is called primary memory, and third one is called the secondary memory. Now, what is cache memory? Cache means which can be caught, which can be caught, like holding. What is happening here? The high speed of semicircular memory, which is called as inside the CPU. Buffer between CPU and main memory. What will happen? See, cache memory means, I think you use the system and all, laptop. For example, when you are searching in Google something like how to make, if you only type these things, like if your searching bar will be like this. If you open Google, this is the searching bar. Okay, you are touching here how to make something, you are searching, like you are only typing here how to make this much only. Next options comes how to make, only you type, options are tea, coffee, or any badam milk, options are coming, but you only type how to make this much only. Other portions, how it is coming? Because your system means your cache memory already catch your pre-informations. Pre-information means before already using this, means before already you use same word. You means user who is using or who is operating that system. You may not use, your brother, sister, whoever use. He might have searched already how to make coffee or how to make tea, how to make badam milk. He already searched. That's why second time if you coming after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 10 years also. If you coming again, if you searching how to make, next all these options will be available. So what is doing? The memory already caught in that. That's called caught memory. Okay, cache memory. That is the memory already been caught by this memory. That's called caught memory. What the benefit of this? It will consume it will save your time. For example, you are typing like how to make, like this one. If you want to make the chai or coffee, it will be visible there. So you can quickly come to down and just, what do you call? You can enter that. So you can get that point. So it will saving the time. But at the same time, one demerits is there. It will eat your space. The memory will be full and full more. Which memory will be full? Your system memory will become full. Okay. But if you want to delete, no problem. You can delete that. No problem. Nothing gonna happen. But if you delete that, if you want to visit that site again, it takes a long time to buffer or to search. For example, if you want to visit any portal first time, maybe Swayam portal, government any portal, scholarship portal, UGC portal, any portal, if you go to first time in your system, if you do first time, you are doing means your system is doing first time, that is, then it takes long time to buffer. I mean, it will move like this, moving, then it will produce the result. But if you have already cache memory, within second it will comes, because already memory is preserved there. Second time if you put means automatically that memory will be continue here, and it will stay more than 10 years also, no problem. In your means PC or your system, if memory is safe, the memory is perfect, means even though your system is broken, everything, monitor broken, mouse, everything has broken, no problem. You can get every information from there, but the memory must be correct. Okay, 3 types of memory must be correct, either cache memory, primary or secondary memory. Three memory must be correct. Anything happen, nothing going to happen. 3 memory, if the correct means everything is correct. These are called as the semiconductor. It will, semi means without using means a full sentence, you can get the point. I think your mobile also, if you, sometimes it comes like WhatsApp, if you type some message like how are you, you will just typing how are you, all this comes next, automatic comes, then you are just clicking there and you sending the message. So how it is coming? It means your mobile already used those words, and your memory of the mobile means the cache memory already caught that kind of message. So by clicking that, again next time you are sending that. You can delete also all these things, no problem, because those kind of memory you not developed by particular system, maybe mobile or your PC, anything. No problem happen, but it takes long time if you do second time, if you want to use newly. Like if you want to, after deleting all this thing, if you again type how are you have to type fully. The words full won't come below your typing pad. I think you have experienced that thing. That is called the cache memory. Very, very important part in the view of your exam. Remember how to understand the cache memory. You have got the point. You will be catching, means the memory will be caught by the PC, mobile or any other system. Okay, and it will save your time, obviously. And main thing is there, if you keep your cache memory for a long time, 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, then your system will become very slow. Okay, sometimes you may ask why does mobile become getting hang or system is getting slow. The reason is that, so if you clean, then it's become very new. That's why common word we can tell as format money, do the format. Okay, that is the common word. Format means you are deleting this cache memory. Okay. Next, understand the primary memory. Primary memory also known as the RAM. It means random access memory. Okay, random access memory. What is access memory? Is hold the data instructions for the computer currently working. When your computer is start to work means I on my computer. From there it starts, and I am offing my computer. For example, I am working per day 8 hours on computer, my system. So 8 hours, whatever I am doing in the computer, that memory will be fixed, will be deposited or will be saved into the primary memory, which is called RAM, random access memory. Very, very important. Okay, and if you, that I told, if you want to purchase any device, mobile, any other things, or computer also, first you should look the RAM. Based on your RAM, the function of the system we can devise, we can think. Mobile means the RAM must be, nowadays, let's say 10 years back, the RAM was 2 means very high. 10 years back, as the generations growing, increasing, modifications is taking place. So RAM also modification taking place here also, modification level in the RAM level also. So here, what explain here, the primary memory, the RAM, earlier is 10 years back, it was 2 means very high, 2 GB RAM, my mobile. If you see my mobile, if I tell this is 2 GB RAM, 10 years back, it means very high quality mobile I am having. Okay, and nowadays, we want minimum 4. 6 also you should not take, minimum 4 we need, 4 to 6 GB. Okay, that is called the RAM, random access memory. We need that. Then only your mobile works very fast, quickly. Any kind of browsing, any kind of things will become very slowly, very fastly. Okay. If your RAM is slow, RAM is very less, means your system will work very slowly. Okay. Now you can ask your father or mother, they are having very less RAM. They use, means maybe 2 or 3, 2 only, because they no need to do anything. They will be only picking the call or sometimes WhatsApp, that's all. But you need to do the our online class, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, so many things are there to attend. Okay. In Instagram also are there. So that purpose we need more or high level of RAM, random access memory. Okay. And it starts from starting to end of the system. If you start your system, from there only it start to record, and at the end it's completing. Means when you doing shutdown, or sometimes battery is not there, or the automatic anything happen, current gone, means electric gone, means that will stop there. Okay. Okay, this explains switch off. See, until it's the power, when power is getting switch off, same concept. Now explain this secondary memory, that is called as the ROM. ROM means read only memory. What is done here? This type of memory also known as the external memory or non-variables. It is the slower than the main memory. It will be very little bit slower. Read only memory, it will be little bit slower. For example, if you purchase a mobile which is cost around 12 to 13,000, any company you can take as the Lava or the any other Redmi, Realme, anything you can take. That RAM must be 6 to 4 and the ROM will be 24 or sometimes 64 or 128, depends on that. Based on that you will be fixing your system. So that as much as long ROM is more means you can store more. Like you can store so many movie, so many lectures, so many classes, anything, PDF, PPT, books, everything you can record there. Okay. And so for example, if you want to purchase 100 books, you want to keep in your home, how much big space it needs? Big space is needed. It needs 3 to 4 cupboards. But if you keep in system, within small space you can keep that by using any pen drive or any other device also, that will be kept into secondary memory. Okay, this is the thing. Secondary memory also known as the permanent memory. Permanent. And the main memory is known as the temporary memory or primary memory. Okay, you should be very clear with this. One question will ask from this part, memory level. Now we'll be looking at now, already discussed the primary memory, isn't it? This part, primary part. So we'll be looking only primary, the primary memory in CPU. Okay. Now see, the primary memory are 3 types mainly. 3 types. What are the 3 types? Only explain here: DRAM, SRAM, and SDRAM. DRAM stands for Dynamic Random Access Memory. The full form is very important for your exam. Very important. What are the things is going on under this? You no need to remember. This kind of question will ask from the computer application, those who are having subject, for them this kind of parts. They will ask that kind of things. For the normal, means for us, NTA part, they will ask this kind of questions. Okay, first paper purpose they will ask this only: full form of DRAM, full form of SRAM, full form of SDRAM. And those who are writing the MCOM, for them this kind of question will ask there, because it is their special paper and this is our general paper. So DRAM means dynamic random access memory. It will be very fast. Okay, dynamic. And the SRAM means static random access memory. Static, it will be very stabilized, little bit slower than the DRAM. And SDRAM means synchronized dynamic random access memory. Synchronized, it will make the connection between these two. Between two, this means dynamic and statics. So you should know very clear with this. Full form, you just make it note down, very important. Next class I will be talking on full form only, abbreviations. So this is only our discuss regarding the system or computer, what you know about that. So full form is very much important. Please note the all full forms. Okay. And one more full form I written here, see, UPS. Okay, I will be talking in next class deeply, but here the UPS is called uninterruptible power system. Uninterruptible. Whatever happens, power won't get stopped. If the current gone, anything, thunder, any clouds, everything, rain is there, big rain. Okay, but if you have the UPS, nothing going to happen. So uninterrupted power will be there, uninterrupted, without any interruptions. Continuous power will go. Okay, by using this UPS only, we are making different types of Honda or power inverter, different types of things. So it's called UPS. Okay. Now this I will discuss the RAM. Remember, RAM. Primary memory is known as the RAM. Now next memory is called the secondary memory, and another name is called ROM. Read only memory. This one, read only memory or ROM. Okay. What is, these are also having the three main parts. Three parts. What are three parts? One is called the MROM, EPROM, and EEPROM. What is MROM? Text here, mask ROM. MROM stands for mask ROM. Again, these parts is not at all necessary for you. This kind of technical question they won't ask. I written for you. If you want to refer, you can refer. Otherwise, no need. Because till today there is no question from this part. Okay, this also seen. These parts are not at all necessary. Okay, this full form is very, very important. So EPROM means erasable and programmable read-only memory. Erasable means you can erase that memory. Means some data you kept into that, but you can delete also. That is called erasable or EPROM, erasable and programmable read-only memory. And next is telling here EEPROM, double EPROM. EEPROM means electrically erasable and programmable read-only memory. Electrically erasable and programmable read-only memory. Electrically, you cannot erase directly. You should have some software, then only you can use. So that is called electrics. So electric means software. By the software you can erase that. Otherwise you cannot use by EEPROM. And EEPROM means without electrical device also you can use. You can erase that. That's why I call erasable and programmable read-only memory. MROM means mask ROM. Okay, I think you are clear with this. So random access memory also having the three parts, and ROM also, read-only memory also having the three parts. Should keep the points in your mind and your paper. Now the secondary storage. Some other secondary devices are there. We already discussed the primary and secondary. Primary means RAM, secondary means ROM. Now some other secondary devices are there, some other extra. What is floppy disk, that I already told. Then hard disk and majestic tapes. What is floppy disk? Floppy disk means, so you already discussed. Floppy disk is things like 1 decade before, 12 years or 10 years back. So we used to give a like cassette, different type of cassette will be there. I think you have seen round kind of cassette will be there. You will be putting inside the system, DVD, all these things are. That's called floppy disks. Floppy disks are primarily used in PC, personal system or personal computer. In that part we will be using. If I open my system, my PC, right side one system parts will come, ports kind of things will come. I can put my cassette there, then I can put inside, I can run that things. I can read that things. That is called the floppy disk. Nowadays is not there, very rarely used. Okay, and some magnetic states, all these things are there. Circulating tracks, different types of tracks will be there. Olden age, I think you have seen some sound will be there, like putting music is not there, some sound like this kind of thing, slightly music will be there. So that's kind of floppy disks like this. Some kind of mic kind of things will be there, mic, that's called speaker, mic kind of things will be there. Here one things will be there. Okay, here you can put that device, floppy disk, and you can, as a old person, they used to sleep there after the food and they used to listen that kind of songs or music. Olden age, if you go to 20 years back, 15 years back, that's called floppy disk. Nowadays not there. Hard disk means what you are putting from outside to inside. Outside, for example, if the memory is not sufficient, your system memory is you need very long, means big memory, then you can use some other external hard disks. Different types of card readers are there and different types of hard disks are there. So you can put from external, which is called as the non-removable. Sometimes it becomes the non-removable, sometimes removable also. Inside the motherboard, this kind of system will be there, and you can put, if it is not there, you can put from outside also. It's there or not there, it depends on the which generation you are choosing. If you choosing the 3rd generation, 7th generation, 8th generation, based on the generations it will develop. Okay, if you choose the 7th generation, very good, it will be there only. Okay, and otherwise if you take the 3rd generation like me, or 5th generation like me, then you need to put from outside, external. So same things like plotter, each all other things. And magnetic tapes, like plastic tapes, usually miload that things, and memory regenerations, like tape storage data here. The magnetic tapes, different types of magnetic tapes will be there. Some the magnesiums will be there, magnetic, through that will be get connected. Okay, and you can change your information from one part to another part. So these are the parts. The math question from this part also, floppy disks. Like question will ask, like this is the choose the example of secondary storage, the device. Question will ask from there. Example of secondary storage device, ABCD options. Okay, or like they will ask question from EEPROM, EEPROM, or the floppy disk. Then you should choose the right options. So this way they will ask questions. Okay. Yes. Now some other also is telling here, some peripheral device. Peripheral means not main. Like if you go to the nervous system, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, CNS and PNS. So PNS is not very much important, but important, which is the external part, means other part. It's telling here like keyboard. I already talk about the keyboard. Okay, very popular keyboard. Mouse, different types of mouse are there, like wireless or the with wire. We can go, and joystick also very important. I am moving my cursor like this. This also related to the, see here cursor is position screening here, that's related to the joystick. And light pen, I can use my pen like this way to put the light. Different types of light I can wear, so the highlight purpose I can use the laser light and different types of light. Like you can see the laser light like this way to put the highlight on my PPT or PDF, anything highlight. So that's called the light pen. All this comes under input device. Input means through this you are putting device to your inside CPU. Then only CPU is reflecting and making outside. Then only you can see on screen. Like the heart, how works heart. You know the heart, how it works. From the left side it will take the CO2 blood. Then it will put to the left artericle to left ventricle. Then it will pump. Then it will go to the through the what do you call again it will go to the lungs by the pulmonary artery. Then it will get changed, the deoxygenation will take place, mean the gas exchange will take place. Then the blood, oxygen, CO2 blood will convert it into oxygen. Then it will go to the left heart chamber, means left atrium, then left atrium to left ventricle, lower part of the left side. Then it will pump forcefully. Then it will go through the aorta. Then through aorta it will go throughout the body parts. You know the full parts, full things. Means from the body parts to body parts. In between some mechanism is going on. Here also same thing. The information also from outside only. You are putting information from outside, typing from outside. Then it is go to the CPU and CPU is formulating that information. Then you putting outside only. Outside means on screen. So these are the input device. Through this we are putting our information inside the system. Yes. And here also some other I put here trackball. Trackball means we are detecting that particular system, the notebook and all any other thing, simple not important. Scanner is in important part one, like scanner we do in different types of scan, photo, image, or other card, any other things. Scanner, this also comes under input device. Digitalizer, nowadays everything is become digitalized. Digitalizer means information in digital form, anything. For example, if anyone asks to, if you want to apply anything, means for example any job purpose, you need to apply through online. For that purpose, what you have to upload your all certificates, testimonials, means your 10th standard marks, 12th standard, then graduation, all any course, NET certificate, JRF certificate, all these things you have to put. But hard copy you cannot put there. How will you put? Through online. That is called platform is known as the digitalizer. Then microphone, I am using the microphone, okay, to put my information into my system. System means in PCU or in my memory, system memory. Then magnetic disk characteristics, optical characteristics. See the full form you should know by heart. Please by heart the full form. MICR, they will ask question here. Magnetic ink character recognitions. And OCR is called optical character reader. That also you should know. And a barcode reader. This is also important when you go to the any shopping complex, shopping mall. The person who is standing, he will use one kind of laser point into your barcode. Like this barcode, I think you know. Like this way, if you purchase any shampoo, any food, like this way, barcode will be there like this. Okay, and he will put the laser into it, then he will detect the amount of that particular. So that is called the barcode reader, this way. And optical mark reader also there. It's not at all important. All these things are input device. We are putting information through using all this inside our system or memory. Okay, and there are some output devices. You can see what are the output devices called. Monitors already discussed. Monitor is the completely is called this is the parts, full form of monitors. Okay, video, visual display units. We can see the photo, pictures, PPT, PDF, movie, everything in our screen only. That's called the video. Okay, and there are two kinds of things: cathode ray tube and flat panel display. This is not at all important. Okay, just remember monitor only. Here also something I mentioned here. Printer also already discussed, and impact printer, that also we have discussed here. And non-impact printer, where it is not going to giving any effect on our system or our anything. That's called large level of printers. Large level. If you use your personally, your printer will be some other things. For example, you are using in your shop or any other in your home, you are doing any PhD, anything. You want some print, so you are using very small printer. Okay, like we can use different types of while doing in hospital level. Hospital, what do we do? We use the or what do you call ECG and EEG. ECG purpose, like electroencephalogram. I think 4th semester you will get this point. EEG, reward purpose for your project purpose. EEG, use electroencephalogram. That report, after taking your heart image, the report will come by print. So that printer, small printers, that is known as this called as the small printer. And large printer we can use into the different types of cafe, cyber shop, different types of places. And data also is known as the outer only, means we are putting from outside. Information, data processing, all this comes under outside only. Okay, and these also some points not important, but I just put here for your understanding purpose. Input, processing, and output. Input will be there, we will be putting some data inside. Then the CPU, the 3 units of CPU, ALU, and the control unit or control panel, control unit, as well as the memory unit, main memory, they will process that things. Then at the end it will comes out. That's called the output unit, output device. Okay.